Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to JuiceeSaft's Talk Corner. I don't know. Juice with Juice. That's what we'll call it. Juice with Juice. A little sit down where I talk to you about my general day. I also do this on podcasts from a Patreon, but my podcasts are going to be more towards politics from now on. Well, they've always been that. I also get drunk and do that on live streams, which is a problem. I shouldn't do it because I have a knack for anger, and when I'm angry, I just start shooting out anything and saying anything because I don't care if it's misinterpreted, because I don't care about being wrong. Like, that's a bad way to really live. I mean, it's not a bad way to not care if you're wrong. That's actually the best way you should live your life. But it's really bad when you're drunk, for instance, and your mind is, oh, I can just apologize later and explain what I really meant. You know what I mean? But that's dangerous because you might say something you did not mean to, or say something that just did not come off correctly. Do I stand by a lot of my drunk statements? Yes, because being drunk doesn't make you automatically think different things. It just makes you less inclined to hide those things. Anyway, Juice with Juice. Not to be confused with male factions from TikTok. Juice with Jude. I am not at all stealing their gimmick. In fact, if they want to sue me, they can kiss my butt. No, in fact, I am more deserving of that title anyway, because my name is JuiceeSaft, so Juice with Juice. Anyway, which, by the way, if you're gonna use the whole username, it's JuiceeSaft. You say the E. If it's just juice, that's fine, because Saft means juice or concentrate in German or something like that, depending on who you ask. I don't know. I was just told that it meant juice. So, technically, it doesn't. The word is Saft itself. It just means Saft. It just means their word for juice is Saft. That's what it is. It doesn't literally, in their German brain, go juice when they hear the word Saft. They think of the liquid, but you know. So my name isn't really Juicy Juice. It's JuiceeSaft no matter what, but the play on words is it doesn't matter anyway. But if you call me Juice, that's fine. If you call me Juicy, perfectly fine. A little weird, I'll say, when I call it Juicy. God, my teeth are yellow. Oh, that's also the light too, making it look a little bit more yellow. Oops. No. I just need to brush my teeth. I was drinking coffee earlier, so proof right there. And also, I have been struggling, really struggling. So, you skip out on a few things. I bought body wash. I always say this because I always remember it. And I cried. I cried when I bought the stuff that I needed because I was showering with water. And I thought, I need this money for other things. That's the worst part about being poor, is the survival aspect. I don't think that a lot of people really get, is that you have to choose between, because they'll always give you that bull crap. People who've never struggled a day in their lives always say, cut out this and cut out that if you really want to succeed. Hey, I am. We are. I don't know about everybody, but the people I'm around, we are always cutting out everything. In fact, it's a constant struggle of just going, do I want to have a car that works, or do I want to ignore every sound that's going on? My brake pad's probably out. It's making a horrible squeaking noise, which is probably the brake pad's indicator showing you, hey, this brake pad it's not good. You should replace it. Which I will. If I can buy a brake pad myself instead of having to, take it to the shop. That's the best part about having taken some time in mechanics. I might have not learned how to fix a car all the way, but I know how to change an alternator. I know how to change my own oil. I know how to fix a tire. I know how to change a brake pad. I know how to, like completely realign some shit. I know how to do stuff. I can even put suspension. If I wanted to get new suspension, I could just buy the suspension. It's really, honestly, a lot of car mechanic work outside of anything technical, because cars are getting very advanced. Outside of anything technical, a lot of it's just screwing things in. One part's diagnosing the problem, which I couldn't do, but once you've diagnosed the problem, it's really just, you don't know how many times that people have brought cars in that they could have easily fixed themselves and pride themselves on how good of a mechanic they are. but all you had to do was tighten a bolt. Not literally tighten a bolt, but you know, like take something out or just realign something, and you just didn't because you're probably lazy. You knew, I bet you knew what was going on, or you're just incompetent. I don't know. That's just me saying that because I'm going to be honest with you. That's why you should really learn how to fix a lot of things in your car yourself, more than anything. That is the most important thing I can give to you, because a lot of it is so simple. Like changing your oil, easy. It's the easiest thing on the planet. Really, all you have to do is safely lift your car up. With the jack, you can get that at any point in time, anywhere at all. Make sure it's safe. You got to make sure, because if that car falls on you, you're dead. Unless you got a small chest and you have a small body and you can perfectly fit underneath that car. I couldn't. I'm too big. My head's too fat. All right? If that car falls, I'm dead. I'd have to have lightning fast reflexes and scoot out of the way. But it's okay. So whatever. You don't have, you just get a jack. It's okay. That's why you put something underneath the tire. Please don't skip that part. Just put a block of wood or something. Make sure that it's secured enough that if the car does fall because the jack decides to unhook, which does happen a lot more than you think, not as often because they're designed for safety, in fact. But if you put like a block of wood, and make sure that if the car were to fall, it doesn't just roll off the wood, because that's another problem that can happen, is that the wood you just didn't set it right. You want to get a pretty wide piece of wood, or anything really that you know the car that will support the weight of the wheel, and that you can put underneath the car. But anyway, good news, I have some soundproofing coming in tomorrow. I don't know when. It says 8 p.m., but it always says 8 p.m., so it's probably going to be around the morning. I hope it's before work so I can at least put it on and test it before I have to work so I can see it, because I'm trying to soundproof this room. Because, as you can tell, I mean, it's nighttime here. It's almost the morning. It's almost tomorrow. And my roommate has a child, and also herself, and I just don't want to wake them up with making videos, or, you know, like they're talking or they're having conversations and they gotta like stop because I'm over here making dumb videos. There are so many times where I can't make the videos I want for TikTok or anything like that, simply because I don't like the idea of people hearing it, because the amount of times I have to remake videos. I remake a video. It's all improv, but I still have to keep going back and forth until I'm satisfied with the end result. So, anyway, so whatever. Thank you to my patron supporters, by the way, which is pretty much, well, I got that from TikTok donations. That's the only reason why I spent money. Honestly, thank you to Gus for getting me this. Oh no, Gus got me the ring light. I'm so sorry. I don't remember who got me the mic stand, this thing I'm using, because it was on this. It was on this, simply because they didn't alert me in the stream, because they both bought them at the same day. I know Gus didn't buy this one, but Gus bought the ring light, which is great because I actually have my phone plugged in. I was about to TikTok live stream, and I'm looking at me like an idiot. Like, look, ta-da! Which I pretty much use this as a second lamp, because obviously this light doesn't really light up everything. I mean, it looks like it, but it really doesn't. Sorry, I had to hear the click. But it's just nice also to not have to click on that, because then I can just easily go. I don't want to be seen. Anyway, so plans for the future. Obviously, insulate this room. Make sure that it's soundproof, because I just prefer a lot of my noise, screaming, and everything be muffled, because it's just a kindness thing. I bet if I hooked up all the clothes that I have just lying about, strewn about on that, it would mitigate a lot of the sound. Not a lot, but enough, because it'd be something. But obviously, the majority of my sound actually leaves through my door. I don't actually have carpet. I have a carpet I bought, like a roll-out carpet rug. But other than that, it's just all hardwood flooring. And if you don't know anything about sound prevention, a soft carpet really does wonders, more than you think. Not a lot, but it's better to have a soft carpet than just straight hardwood, because the sound just reverberates off of it. So that's my problem, is that most of my walls, I have only... I can't believe I thought putting 9 pieces over there and then 3 pieces over there would drastically change the sound of this room. I need to really... I need to put it behind my TV on the wall. Whatever. So again, thank you to my patron supporters, Celestial, KAIISYOURHOMIE, and Gus, who are the top tier. Not top tier like as in I like him more. I do like Kai though because he's a good friend of mine. But support your homies. I'm trying to get to the point where I can support him too. I want to return that favor because if he's supporting me, I want to support him. But thanks to Gus and Celestial for being $15 patrons, thus giving me raising I have 17 altogether, which is amazing. Bring me up to $75 a month. Hopefully in time, if I can produce better content, my goals are to get, again, the installation, a better webcam so that I look clear, so I don't look grainy. When I'm looking at my screen, all I see is the static of the camera, the pixels moving constantly. If you have a blank wall behind you, it's just super apparent. On me, it's not that so much when I look at myself, unless I like stare for a bit, but on that wall, it's just like TV static. Anyway, so that webcam, obviously, and then also later on in life, not later on in life, but later on, I'm gonna buy a camera, an actual camera, a good camera that I can record with, because I'm not using a phone like people want, because I just don't like the dimensions of recording on the phone. And actually write, direct, edit my own skits with me in it. Record software. And then for my patron supporters, have blooper reels, something else for them so they can see how many times I mess up, or behind the scenes of me making some stuff once I start making much more, because obviously time is my biggest constraint. The only thing that stops me from dedicating more time to YouTube, uploading more consistently, is that I have to work. I work at a restaurant 5 days a week for 7 hours at most, or not at most, but 7 hours usually, 5 days of those week. 36 hours is what I seem to stay at. I sometimes go more, sometimes go less. One time I had 39 hours, one time I had like only 20 hours. That was because I had to leave. And I'm actually gonna make less hours this upcoming next week because I'm doing a thing for a movie, small indie film that's based in my area, so fingers crossed. Anyway, Juice with Jude. See, now I can be sued. Now I can be sued by male faction, mutual of mine. Juice with Juice. A small little time to just sit there and talk to me, and I'll just let you know about all that I'm doing and everything that's going on. For people that have subscribed to me, I know that a lot of you don't like gaming content. A lot of you probably just subscribe because you're like, hey, well, let us support you. Because I know a lot of my fans have told me, I don't really like watching gaming videos, but I'll put you on the mute in the background. Lovely. It's not going to be just gaming videos. I am still going to play video games and post it on here in this channel. I like streaming on Twitch a lot better, because personally that's where I want to put the gaming content, because it's just fun to interact with people, instead of, because my preferred gaming style is just sitting there silence, perfectly just staring at the screen like a sociopath, uncaring, unmoving, even if characters that I love are being murdered in front of me. People that I've spent, the only time I freak out is when I've tried very hard to get to a certain outcome with a certain character, like in Skyrim or something like that, and they just die. Like, for instance, Lydia, sometimes I just enjoy her being my pack mule, and I get really mad when she dies. I've had seven uncontrollable times where I've had like 4 or 5 Lydias just because I revive her, but it revives her by spawning her in, so her dead body is still there. So it also revives that one at some point, because I've ran into like, I've had a Lydia with Lydia right next to her, and I'm like, excuse me, both having different inventories. Not fun, not cool. Didn't like that. What is with Lydia, huh? They attack the Lydias. She just dies. Every other follower I have in Skyrim never dies. Lydia, though, she's got a death wish. She doesn't want to be my house girl. She just wants to meet her end, meet her demise. That's fine, Lydia. But I won't let you escape my torment. I am your captor, your permanent punisher. I am the keeper of the keys to your personal hell, and I'll make sure you suffer. Anyway, that's it. Day 1 of slowly becoming a crime boss 2. That is my next goal, eventually in the future, to start a cult/family for crime, and then get super big bucks off of that. So I'll let you guys know about that as it goes along. I'll obviously not tell you about when I'm starting to try to affect politics. You can't do that. But I will let you know that it'll definitely be to benefit the poor. So, eat the rich. Anyway, thank you. I love you. Have a good night.